Um, I was just doing yoga and something came up for me, and I started to get flashbacks to my dad screaming at me and how terrified I would feel in that moment. Um, I think what was happening was my brain was making certain connections between a concept I was thinking about, which was again boundaries, because I was overthinking friendship that I have with the girl who I suspect has BPD, and my new friend also suspects might have BPD. Recently I went to go see a friend of mine their band debut in a local pub, and the band was amazing. And what had happened was that the girl with BPD, she had asked the girl I think might have BPD. Um, she'd asked me to hang out that day. I thought that the band debut was going to be next Saturday as opposed to the Saturday that it was on, which was the Saturday that she asked me to hang out. I said, I basically said, um, once found out, I was like, sorry, the band thing is happening this Saturday. Do you want to come along? We can hang out there. Do you want to meet me after? Do you want to come along with me? Do you want to come see it with me? Because this thing is only happening tonight. We can hang out any other week, any other day, but this is only happening tonight. I've already said I was going to be there, and I got mixed up, and she was like, she was like, can I bring my little brother? And I was like, it's a big noisy pub, probably not, but I could ask the owner just to check, because people do bring their kids along to pubs all the time. I thought that it was going to be darker out when it was, even though it wasn't as dark as I thought it was going to be. Um, then I find out that it's happening later than I thought that it was. I thought it was going to be happening at 5. It happened at 8 instead. And I had to then again be like, sorry, I found out it was happening later. Do you still want to come along? Can you still come along? Or shall I meet you afterwards? We can head back to your place afterwards. And um, she was like, I'm too sore to go out. I'm not going anywhere tonight. Will you just drop it and come hang out with me? And I was like, no, I've already planned to go do this. Um, and I was kind of pissed that she wanted me to choose between her and the band thing, because, as I said, this was only happening that night. And there we go. That's what happened. I forgot this, which is the most important part. The most important part was that I texted her after I found out that the band thing was happening this Saturday that happened on, as opposed to the next Saturday, which I thought that it was happening on. Um, and I texted her, "Do you want to come along?" And what I texted was, "You can come along if you like." Um, I can understand how that sounds. However, the reason that I phrased it like that was because I knew that she knew one of the people that were playing in the band, and she didn't really want to like be around them. And you know, I didn't want necessarily her to be there. She didn't want to be around this person. So I was feeling a bit awkward about asking. I was like, do you want to come? Would you like to come? I understand how you might be reluctant to come along with me. And she responded back, uh, so you don't want me to come then? And I have not been speaking to her since. My brain shuts down when she acts like that, and I don't know how to respond. And I just go into a state where I cannot say anything. When people behave, when people behave very clingy like that towards me, or very possessive, or start like, I don't even know what exactly I would call that. I don't know what category of behavior that falls into. I really don't. It's not guilt tripping. It's just needlessly accusatory. And I did actually want her to come along. It's a sad thing. I did want her to come along, I should probably be saying this to her now that I think about it. I shouldn't probably be saying this in a video. I should be saying this to her that I did want her to come along. But I just kind of froze up instead. And yeah. And because of that, I didn't meet her afterwards because I was thinking maybe I could meet her afterwards if she didn't want to or couldn't come along to the band thing, and then we could go hang out at her house like what we were planning to. But I just like any potential for me to go meet her afterwards was kind of killed with that comment, where my brain was just like, no, okay, no, I don't want. If you're going to be in a horrible mood because I chose something over hanging out with you, then I I can't. I just I don't want to put myself in that position where I'm in your house and I'm stressed and I'm scared, wondering if you're going to be pissed at me because of the fact that I went to see this thing. And I would understand if she was pissed because, I guess maybe I would be kind of angry. I don't know. Like, someone explained it to me that she's probably angry at me because, um, me forgetting so many times. Sorry, me, getting the whole thing mixed up and being like, oh, sorry, it's happening later. Do you still want to come along? Might look like I'm trying to blow her off, but in a nice way, which is horrible. Who the fuck does that? I hate it when people like talk around things. So that gave me perspective on the situation that I hadn't considered. And I can see how it might come off that way. Honestly, I can, even though it was a genuine mistake on my part. Um I can see, and if I was in her position, I would be a little like, okay, so uh mm, I'd probably be thinking as well, maybe they don't want me to come. But I'd still give it a chance where I'd still show up, And I would still like it was straight out of the gate. Completely straight out of the gate. I'd only start thinking maybe this person doesn't want me to come like later on into it. Um but just I've been friends with her for years. I've been friends with her for years. I've reassured her for years, and I feel like part of the reason that she came out with that comment was because recently I had to have a sit down talk with her, and I was like, okay, we really need to talk about some of the things that you do and say to me that I really just do not fucking like. Um, I might make, I don't know, now that I have subscribers and people are actually watching my videos, I kind of have to be sort of careful with the things I share on here because these are real life people. I never thought that anyone would watch my videos, and I've let the names of people slip from time to time, so I'm going to need to learn how to edit that out. I don't know how. I was thinking like a bleep noise over anything that I say that shouldn't, like a beep that they do in TV. But there's just been a lot of stuff, and it has been ongoing for years, and I've never had the courage, I suppose, to say anything until now. And she would do something shitty, and then I wouldn't speak to her about it. I wouldn't know how to address it, and that would make her like more angry and more scared and flare up her abandonment issues. Um, there is one thing that I will share on here. She made me apologize once for breaking her charger, but her charger was already broken. I was in her house, and there was this charger that she had. Yeah, they had. There was this charger that they had, and it was um it was obviously broken when you looked at it. Like the thing was hanging by a thread. Okay. The thing was hanging by a thread, and yeah, the thing was hanging by a thread, and it was just broken up and it was beaten looking, and my phone didn't charge while it was on this charger. I didn't have a charger with me, and I didn't have any money to go out and get a new charger, so I let her charge my phone using this, and it broke while my phone was not being charged by it. It was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. And she went to make me apologize. Like, she was like, "Aren't you going to apologize?" And I was like, "It was already broken. It's a charger. Like, it's not an expensive charger. You can go get another one of those fucking things for €3 down by the Euro store. No, I'm not gonna fucking apologize." I didn't say it as aggressively like that. I was just kind of like in shock, and I was looking at her, I was like, "Excuse me? You've admitted that you've had this thing for years, that you already know that it's nearly broken, and it dies. It dies while it's not charging my phone, by the way. It's so broken that my phone isn't charged. It's been on there for like how long? And then I go to remove my phone from the fucking charger. The broken charger that you've had for years is visibly beaten up. Not an expensive charger, a shitty charger. You can get another charger for €3 down by the Euro store, and you look me in my eyes and you say, apologize. All accusatorily, like, aren't you going to apologize? No, I'm not going to fucking. What are you? What is wrong with you? It feels good to get that out. So, now I'm just realizing I probably have to put all of these to private as opposed to public. I guess I'll be doing that from now on.